Hello, welcome to another video for CodeParadise. This video will show a new feature which allows you to build Node.js applications using CodeParadise. It's quite similar to developing web applications in its liveliness. So instead of creating a subclass of web application, we're going to create subclasses of server applications, and that's the application we're going to run on Node.js. I've created a small example application for a HTTP server which can do calculations. So I have this application here. Let's select the right one. This is a server application, and it only has one method, load, which adds the starting class to the application, to the environment. And with adding that class, it will put that into the client environment, which this time runs on a Node.js in Node.js. And this class has a post install once method to get things going. This is the starting point of your application. So, like similar with the web application, if you start up Node.js with the client environment, the application will connect to the Pharo image and ask for its loading sequence, and this will, in this example, result in the example server being installed in the client environment, and the application starts running. So code is loaded dynamically into the Node.js environment. Again, similar to how this works on web applications. And with that, you can develop and change things before you're settling down on how the application should work. Okay, so I've just loaded a new image with the CodeParadise in it. I've started the application you can do it either through the Paradise menu reset or from the command line for your playground, starting the DevTools. On my right hand side, there is a terminal which has the CP Node repository cloned. So this is the client environment and the startup file. There are actually two, both are minified, but one has been using shorter names, so that's more difficult to use in debugging. So by default, you would probably use the CP Node during development and use CP Node min.js for your production environment. So I'm gonna start up an application in Node.js. And that's done by giving both the application identifier and the location of the CodeParadise server as environment variables, and then starting Node with the CP Node.js start file and the client environment image as the image to start. If I hit enter, the logging shows that the client environment is fed with a number of classes which get installed. And it's saying, I'm listening, because what the application does is it's an HTTP server which can do calculations. So let's first do a small check. We can access this new HTTP server and ask for its value. When it says it has 0 as value, and I can add numbers, like add 42, and then it says value 42, and I can repeat that. I can combine a number of things, so I can add a number and also multiply by 2.4 and then subtract 3.7, and it will keep on calculating. Of course, I hear you think, oh, what happens when I do a divide by 0? Yes, you can do that too. And there will be quite a long message saying, I can scroll back, say, whoa, there was an attempt to divide by 0. And if I ask it for its value, again, through doing a curl on the value, it still will complain about this value. But I also have an undo function, so I can also say undo, and then it comes back with the previous calculation, the previous value. It has support for large integers in its calculation, not in the input, but in its calculation. So if I multiply it by a big number and continue adding, that the number becomes quite big, bigger than you would normally get from integers. So it's all supported there, and undo also works multiple times. To get things back. All right. So now this is how the application works, but I want to change a bit, and this makes the live development visible again. So I'm going to go to the calculator, the class which is actually doing the calculation, and on the instance side there's this value method which performs the calculation and shows the result. And well, we can add a little thing here and say, well, I want to show currently my value is, I want to prepend that to the output. So I'm saving this. Oh, haven't saved anything, as you can see, brand new image. And I'm adding that method. I saved it, and when I go back to the terminal and perform another request for its value, I was wondering what happened. I forgot. I'm also already putting content into the stream earlier on, so this is a bad place to put it. All right, let's remove it there, and at the start we're gonna say my so. All right, save it again, have another go. This is what I expected. My current value is, and then it does the calculation. So I can update the application while it's running, typically how we would like to develop as Smalltalk developers. And at some point, I might be finished with, like, okay, my current image is what I want. And then we have the snapshot option. And this will sort of seal the image. The connection to the server will be lost, but it will save its current state, and I can reuse that state. So I'm going to snapshot the image right now, and I can still continue if I'd like, but it's already saved the image as well. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to stop the application, and I'm going to quit my Pharo environment. So there's no Pharo environment available anymore. And if I now execute only the Node application with its client environment, it will immediately create the server and start listening. It has already all the code in it. And if I go back down here and ask for its value, it still has the value it had before saving it. So the application is now a standalone, and I can well give it to friends, for example, if they would like to play with it or use it. Well, one of the ideas I have is to be able to use it within the current continuous integration environment to create little standalone applications to help the build and test process there. For that to work, a number of modules might need to be added to CodeParadise. At the moment, I have the HTTP module, the Node module available. The file system is not available yet, although by the time you are listening and watching this video, it might be there. Well, so that thing I think wraps it up. CodeParadise allows you to create Node.js applications. It does it by wrapping a number of nodes or other external modules in Smalltalk classes, so you can access existing code but be developing in Smalltalk code instead of developing in JavaScript. Hope you like it. Feel free to reach out if you've got questions while using it. That's it. Bye-bye.